is Shwangi. Welcome back to our channel. In today's video, I am going to tell you about certain do's and don'ts when it comes to concealer application. I've done a few do's and don'ts videos, and I thought that, I'll make a dedicated one just for concealer application. The techniques which I'm going to show you are not from any textbook. These are some of the things which I've learned along the way. I did try out a lot of things, and these are some of the things which work the best for me. Before I show you the demo, basically show you how I apply my concealer, I'm going to address some of the most common problems that people face with the application of the concealer. Number one being concealer looking gray under your eyes. 99% of the times, if the concealer is looking gray under your eyes, that is because it is too light for your skin tone. Your concealer should be either an exact match of your skin tone or maximum half or one shade lighter. If you pick up anything which is lighter than that, it will end up looking gray under your eyes. Choosing the correct color of concealer is very, very important. And if at all you've chosen the correct color for your skin tone, but still the concealer turns gray, that means you need to do a bit of color correcting. That usually happens with people who have got heavy dark circles, which brings me to my second point: color correcting. Usually, if your dark circles are not too intense, you don't need it. If you have seen my tutorials, you know it for a fact that I do not use color correctors. But still, if you are somebody who's facing really deep dark circles, then go for a color corrector, and I would personally recommend that you go for a basic orange color corrector. Do not invest in those color correcting palettes unless you're 100% sure that you're going to use each and every color extensively. Back in the day when I had started beauty vlogging, I did buy one of those color correcting palettes and I barely touched it, guys. Like, I seriously did not touch it. On those rare occasions when I've used a color corrector, I've used an orange one, and it works perfectly well to conceal your dark circles. Third, and probably one of the most common things which I hear from people about their concealer application, like this is a problem with a lot of people, is crease lines under their eyes. Now, I'm going to talk from my experience, okay, and I'm going to talk very realistically. You cannot erase those lines with makeup, guys. If you are applying makeup, those lines will show under your eyes no matter what you try. And I have actually tried a lot of things thinking that I will be able to completely hide them. You can't hide them. If you have a closer look at your face in a mirror, you will notice that you naturally have those lines. Consider those lines like acne or a zit or a breakout that you get. You can hide it with makeup to a certain extent, but you can't completely erase it with makeup. There are certain things which you can do to control the appearance of them, but they are gonna be there. And same goes for laugh lines as well, by the way. It's a layer of makeup which you're putting on your face. If you laugh or if you do this action, then you will get creases here and on your laugh line as well. There is no solution for it apart from touching up your makeup every few hours. That's the only solution, guys. You can't avoid it completely. Now that I have cleared all that, let's begin the demo. First and foremost, do your skincare in advance, okay? Like, it takes skincare products between 15 to 20 minutes to get completely soaked in your skin. If you apply your skincare and then immediately start your makeup, there's still a little bit of layer of skincare sitting on top of your skin. So to avoid under eye creasing, it's best that you do your skincare at least 15 minutes to half an hour in advance and then begin doing your makeup. The first thing which I'm going to apply is a primer. I'll use Lakme Absolute Blur Perfect Primer. Now, you must have seen in my tutorials that I always apply concealer first and foundation next. And a lot of people get confused because they don't know if they should go with the foundation first or the concealer first. I find applying the concealer first more convenient because to avoid under eye creasing, the thing that works the most for me is to keep the layers really thin under my eyes. I don't apply foundation on top of my concealer or vice versa. If at all you're more comfortable with applying foundation first, then you can absolutely do that. But to avoid adding layers, it is more convenient to actually use the concealer first and then follow it up with the foundation. Okay, so now to keep it simple, what I'm going to do is on this side, I'm going to apply just the concealer. The technique which I, always do in all my tutorials, but I'll still break it down for you. And on the other side, I am going to color correct and use a concealer, and I'll also show you how to highlight that area. As a color corrector, I'll use PAC Take Cover Concealer in the shade Pumpkin. The concealer which I'm going to use is from L'Oreal. It's L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. And for highlighting, I'll use Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. This is a lighter shade of concealer which is perfect for highlighting. The shade names are also going to be in the description box below if at all you want to double check. Now let's begin with the application of the color corrector. So we are going to apply a very thin layer of color corrector to avoid mixing of the color corrector and the concealer. A little bit of mixing will still happen, but we are going to apply it in a way that it does not turn completely orange. Like, it shouldn't get mixed that much. I'll just make small dots of the color corrector under my eyes, and then I'll start blending this with a beauty blender. So beauty blender does soak up extra product, so it will ensure that, a very thin layer of product is applied there. Do blend it properly. There shouldn't be any hard edges or anything of the color corrector on your skin. Alright, done. It looks like somebody punched me. Anyway, so we are done with applying the color corrector. I know it has gotten on my nose, but it's okay. That will get covered up. Now I'm going to take my L'Oreal concealer. I'm going to apply it right about here and here. This is called a lifting technique. Like, we're not applying the concealer all the way through. We're only applying it here and here. It kind of gives a lift to your face. And if at all we feel the need to apply more concealer, we'll do it only after blending this. Now I'm going to use a brush to blend this concealer. A brush gives more coverage than a beauty blender, and I do like fuller coverage under my eyes. And especially if you're wearing a color corrector, it's better that you use a brush instead of a beauty blender, because that will just help you in concealing the area more efficiently. With a very light hand, you should tap the concealer, don't drag it. Also, the area which I'm focusing more on is this area. Like, I'm not touching the area directly under my lash line, because that is where most of your creases form. So I'm only trying to blend the area which is below those crease lines. So far, this is how the blended out area is looking like. It's exactly matching my skin tone, and all this orange area that you see here will get covered by foundation because it's not too much. And this is where you can actually stop. But if at all you do want to highlight, then I'll show you how to do it. I'm going to take this Fit Me concealer in the shade Sand. This one is about 1.5 shade lighter than my skin tone. And I'm going to apply it just here. I'm not taking it all the way till my lash line, because that will just add on more layers and a lot of creasing will happen then. After applying it, I'm going to blend this with a beauty blender, not with a brush, because I don't want extra product over here. We just want to add a bit of highlight here. And that's it, guys. This side is actually complete. Like, this is how you can color correct use the concealer and then highlight that area. I know it is not looking too highlighted, but you should not even go for that because that does not look good on the camera. You must have seen a lot of pictures where people are wearing makeup and this area is looking like really white. So don't be generous with your highlighting concealer. Apply it sparingly, like very little highlighting concealer is more than enough. I'm going to set it after I show you the demo on this side with just the concealer. Technique is pretty much the same, guys. Like, I just apply my concealer on the same areas where I applied the concealer here. This concealer is about half to one shade lighter than my skin tone, and I never feel the need to apply a separate highlighting concealer with this. Now again, I'm going to blend it with a brush. I'll also focus on blending just this area. Again, I'm going to avoid the area near my lash line. And we are done. This is the side where I've just applied the concealer, and this is the side where I did color correction and then applied the concealer. I know this side where I've just applied the concealer is looking brighter than this one, but whenever you're using a color corrector, it is gonna cancel out a bit of brightness from the concealer. Though I did use a highlighting shade as well, still I know this is looking brighter, but this is also good enough, guys. If at all you have like really dark circles, then this is gonna work well for you. It's gonna look good in pictures, on camera, and everything. If you don't have that deep dark circles, then you can just, apply the concealer like this. Alright, next I'm going to quickly apply the concealer on other areas of my face which I usually highlight. And these areas as well I'll blend with my concealer brush. Moving on to the application of the foundation, I'm going to use Lakme 9 to 5 Primer plus Matte Foundation. As usual, I'm going to blend it with my beauty blender again. I am not reaching out for the area where I have applied the concealer. Like maximum, you can kind of touch your blender over here, like on the outer corner of your eye, but don't reach out for the inner corner or the area near your lash line. You'll end up layering it up. Before setting the concealer with a loose powder, just, kind of look into your mirror, and if you notice that there are a lot of lines which are visible, then take your concealer brush and very lightly do this near your lash line. Very lightly, okay? Don't put a lot of pressure. Just do this once before setting it. Now I'm going to set it with a loose powder. I'm going to use Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. The trick which works the best for me is actually using just a brush to, apply the loose powder, guys. If you do use a damp beauty blender or a sponge, you do end up applying a lot of product under your eyes, and you don't want that because at the end of the day, even the setting powder is an extra layer of makeup on your skin. So I usually just go with my concealer brush and lightly start applying it under my eyes. And done. The under eye area is set. I know you can still see a few lines, but they're not gonna stand out on your skin. You can definitely try out these steps and figure out if this kind of technique of applying concealer controls your creasing, and do let me know in the comment section below if it works out for you or not, or if you have any additional tip, then you can let me know that as well in the comment section below. Now I'm going to finish up my makeup and then come back. And I am back. My makeup is complete. Now there's just one small thing which I want to tell you before I finish this video. This is another hack. Now I'm pretty sure when you're doing your eye makeup, you must be applying some color on your lower lash line as well, right? And that's a good thing to do, because when you apply some sort of color on your lower lash line, that also helps in reducing the appearance of creases. If you're not doing any eye makeup and just applying, your concealer and mascara and going for a natural look, then just grab the lightest brown shade that you have. It could be either in an eyeshadow palette, or you can just grab your contouring product as well and apply it very lightly on your lower lash line. Your mascara will cover it anyway. That little bit of darkness under your lash line will reduce the appearance of your crease lines. That was my last and final hack. With that, we've come to an end of this video. I really hope that you enjoyed watching it. If you're not following me on Instagram, then ensure that you do. I do post some makeup related content on my Instagram handle as well. And if you haven't subscribed to our channels already, then please subscribe to our channels. We've got this channel where I post beauty content, and we've got another channel where we are posting daily vlogs. Don't forget to check out our other channel. I'm going to leave all the links in the pinned comment of the comment section below. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Take care and stay safe. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.